Remember the Titans. You've seen the movie,
Yeah.
right? It's maybe one of the most culturally important movies of my generation.
It's very
I feel
good.
like it's
a good
watched a lot, it's referenced a lot, it's quoted all the time. Especially growing up playing football, there were lines in there that were strong side. I mean, we did all that stuff.
I could live my whole life without hearing that river. Ain't no mountain high. Ain't no. I could never hear that again.
That river song.
Okay. Yeah, I could never hear that again.
Ain't no mountain high enough.
I can't do it.
And the movie also made all these songs popular again. All these great soundtrack. That's the one thing I'll say about the movie. Unbelievable soundtrack.
The song is great.
Spirit in the Sky. I mean, listen, it's great stuff in there. But at some age, I Googled the real story, and there are so many differences between the movie and the real story that it kind of ruined the movie for me. And I understand that when you're writing a film, you do have to move things around. You have to change stuff for it to work as a movie. But they made so many changes, chief of which being that every team the Titans played, 1971 or 1972, when the movie took place, every school had already been integrated. So every team they played,
desegregated, I guess, or is integrated the right word?
I think integrated.
Racially integrated.
Okay.
They've been desegregated.
Yeah.
There were black and white players on every team they played.
Right.
The whole point
so
of
your
the
joke,
movie,
your joke line though is really
my joke is that isn't that insane that Disney resegregated the Virginia public school system for a film?
Yeah.
And the whole movie, they're like, wasn't this awful? It's like, yeah, y'all did all this.
Yes.
Not to say there weren't awful things going on back then, but it's like you created all of this because that wasn't even a narrative about this team at the time, because every team also had black and white players. They were all dealing with race in the same way the Titans were. Now, they were a great team. Now, here's a detail that you should change if you're making a movie. In real life, the Titans just obliterated everybody. There was not a close game the whole season. In the movie, the championship game comes down to the last play. It's a dramatic, I understand that. But to fundamentally change the whole reason for the film, you're like, that feels a little gross to me.
Or just don't say it's based off a true story. Just make a movie.
Yeah, you could do that, but it's like it's the school, that's the actual school, T.C. Williams, and
or say loosely based off a true story.
Sometimes they do.
Yeah.
Based on true events.
But wasn't there another thing where the kid
Gary Bertier, who by the way was committed to Notre Dame, he was the number one linebacker recruit in the country at the time. He after the season ended, he was paralyzed in a car accident. In the movie, he gets paralyzed right before the state championship game.
Yeah.
As if to say, now it matters. Now it's important.
We got to win for him.
Right.
Before we were just winning for all the races, but now we have to win for this guy too.
Well, it's just like you're changing these details in a way that just feels kind of deceptive and gross to me.
Yeah. I agree.
Well, but you loved it when it first came out.
Of course, I think it's especially for kids.
I'm just saying,
I would
it's
still
a fine
enjoy the movie.
You're wise beyond your years. If you, as a kid, saw that, like, I don't.
No, this was me. Maybe in college, I looked this up. So this is way after the fact.
There's some things it does, like you said about Rudy. I still love Rudy. I think it's a great movie. But the janitor, I forgot his name, but the black man that plays the janitor.
There's 5 foot nothing, 100 nothing.
Yeah.
Since that movie, I don't know if that was the very first one, but there's been so many more since then where the wise old black man, and then there's spoof comedies where they even have the wise, guy, that it almost seems like such a caricature now that at the time it didn't feel that way, but now it almost seems a little different. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like Joe Dirt with Clem. Was Christopher Walken.
Yeah, I guess, but
it's just like things become hacky.
That's right.
At a certain point.
There's
Yeah.
What was
Those
the golf?
Are all tropes now.
What was the golf movie with Will Smith and Matt Damon?
Legend of Bagger Vance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
And he's not even like a real person, doesn't he? Like
right, he's like a ghost of an old golfer. Yeah.
Just an old wise man.
That movie stinks.
Is it?
I don't know.
I never watched it.
I don't know. I actually don't know. I'm sure it might be good.
What about Remember or Bobby Fischer? The chess movie?
Searching for Bobby
Searching
Fischer?
for Bobby Fischer?
I remember that to be really good.
Chess is
that
a
was a
sport.
good one. Nah. It's a game.
Yeah, I would say it's a game. I don't know the difference, but it seems like more of a game than a
What
sport.
is the difference?
Well, I think that there needs to be some kind of physical aspect. You need to be in shape in some way to be a sport.
Oh, you need to be in shape?
In some way.
Bowling?
I mean, bowling. You ever go bowling after not bowling for years? Your arm hurts after the bowl.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So you got to be.
Okay,
You
that's some way.
Yeah, you're in shape in some way. Your arm is built up to be able to hold the ball, curve it. You're in shape in some way.
Curling?
Yeah, I'm sure you got to learn to. You got to know how to skate.
Darts?
Curling? You have to know how to skate?
Don't you have to skate across the ice to
No.
push
They're
the
just
thing?
out there on
No.
shoes.
Are they on shoes? Well, you got to learn to stand up on ice.
Pool?
Pool and darts to me is back to games.
Okay.
Okay. But there's physicality involved.
Yeah, I've been sore after playing
hand-eye
pool.
coordination, technique.
There is something, but I would say that's
You
closer.
say you've been sore from playing.
Played a couple too many games and I'm sore the next day.
I've been hungover after playing pool for a while.
Yeah.
But I would say those are games.
Okay.